Good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. We have a big problem still on the Toronto-bound QEW just over the Burlington Skyway at North Shore. So let's take a look at it right away here. It's the two left lanes that are closed off because of the collision. Emergency crews have now arrived on the scene. We've got MTO crews here as well and tow trucks. So you're being pushed off to the right lane. A lot of people trying to take that bullnose as well to try to get around this issue. It, of course, is really going to slow down your commute. And you want to see how slow? Let's look at the backup. This is what it is like. Very jammed up over the Skyway from Eastport all the way through to that issue. So really leave yourself extra time and plan an alternate route this morning, especially if you're coming from that Burlington or Hamilton area. The 404 construction at 16th Avenue, as you can see here, has all cleared up and no delays through there. It's moving much better now. Gardner Expressway eastbound and westbound also moving quite well. No issues or delays to report. Don't forget Logan is already closed off at Danforth for one block because of Taste of the Danforth, and eastbound Elgin Mills at Woodbine. We now have a lane blocked with a collision. Let's check on that forecast with Frank.
Let's do that this morning. Sunrise was just about 15 minutes ago. Sunset's at 8:30. We should be closer to about 26.4 for this time of year. We should be waking up to about 14.7. To be very honest with you, you're pretty much spot on in terms of your seasonal temperatures for this day. We take a look. We're waking up to mainly clear skies. Temperatures, we're not at 14.7, but we are at 15 this morning. A little bit of a breeze outdoors, so somewhat of a coolish feel. And look at that daytime high. Pretty much right where we should be. 26, partly cloudy skies into the afternoon. As we take a look into the afternoon as well, there's a chance of seeing some isolated pop-up showers. It's very slight. Tomorrow we'll see mainly sunny skies, a high 28. And then on Sunday, greater risk of seeing some showers late in the day and a high 25, winds out of the south 20 to 40. That's your forecast. Now let's take a look at your news.
Well, the gun violence in the city seems to be never ending, at least this week. 2 overnight shootings again, one leaving a man in critical condition at an East End basketball court. Police were called to the Lawrence and Orton Park Road area at around 1:15 this morning on reports of several gunshots ringing out. The victim, a 26-year-old man, made his way to hospital with 2 bullet wounds, one of them in the abdomen. The shooter apparently walked up to the victim, firing shots and then running off. Police are still looking for the suspect. And a live look right now at the Lawrence and Orton Park area. This is the 3rd shooting within a few blocks of each other this week. The others were on Monday near Scarborough Golf Club Road. The 3rd just yesterday on Confederation Drive when a man was shot as he sat in his car. Both victims survived. And hours earlier in Rexdale, yet another shooting in what has been a very violent week. Around 10:30 last night, a vehicle driving through the Martin Grove and Finch area randomly firing at houses. Toronto police finding at least 13 shell casings. Thankfully, there were no reports of any victims. No suspect or vehicle descriptions at this time. To world news next, search and rescue teams in Malaysia are now using voice recordings of a missing Irish girl's family to try to find her. That's a snippet of what's being played in a dense forest area as they look for Nora Ann Corin. The 15-year-old has learning disabilities and disappeared from her family's resort cottage almost a week ago. Now, the search for her is expanding every day with hundreds of people and canine units involved. Officials also analyzing fingerprints that were found in the cottage, and they are not ruling out criminal activity. A bell rings out in Japan's Nagasaki Peace Park today at a solemn ceremony to mark the day 74 years ago when an atomic bomb hit the city. The bombing killed 27,000 people instantly, and by the end of 1945, some 70,000 others had died from the effects of the blast. The bombing came just 3 days after another atomic bomb hit Hiroshima. There were renewed calls today to rid the world of nuclear arms. And strong winds battering southeastern Australia, blowing a roof off a nursing home, forcing dozens of elderly residents to be evacuated. A section of a pier was also washed away by high waves. Winds were gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour, and meteorologists described the storm as a once-in-5-year occurrence. Dozens of flights were canceled because of those winds. 6:38 here on BT. We'll send things downstairs to Roger and Chris next with business.